Atlantis did not begin as a myth. It began as a warning.
Everything we know about Atlantis comes from a single source. One man telling one story.
His name was Plato. He was not known for writing fiction.
Plato presented Atlantis not as legend, but as history. A real place, with real consequences.
He described a powerful civilization, rich in resources, advanced beyond its time. A place prosperous and proud.
Atlantis lay beyond the known world, past the Pillars of Hercules, at the edge of the map.
But Plato's story was not about greatness. It was about what happens when power corrupts.
In a single day and night, gone.
Was Atlantis a real place, or a lesson meant to last forever? Chapter 2.
To understand Atlantis, we have to return to the source. Not rumors, not later legends, just Plato's words. Atlantis appears in two of Plato's works, Timaeus and Critias. They were written as philosophical dialogues, not myths. Plato claimed the story was far older than himself, passed down from Egyptian priests to Greek lawmakers, and finally to him. Plato was unusually precise. He described Atlantis with measurements, geography, and structure. That level of detail was rare. Some scholars believe Atlantis was literal history. Others believe it was an allegory, a warning about power, pride, and collapse. Plato never clarified. If Atlantis was only a metaphor, why describe it so carefully? And if it was real, where was it? Plato gave one crucial geographic clue. Atlantis lay beyond the Pillars of Hercules, at the edge of the known world. In Plato's time, the Pillars of Hercules marked the western boundary of civilization. Today, we call it the Strait of Gibraltar. That single detail changed everything. It placed Atlantis not in the Mediterranean, but somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. Plato described a vast island, larger than Libya and Asia combined, with concentric rings of land and water, too large to ignore. If Atlantis existed, it may now lie beneath miles of ocean, eroded, buried, or broken apart by time. So the question remains, was Atlantis a real place, now lost beneath the Atlantic, or a map meant to guide a lesson? Plato said Atlantis did not fade slowly. It ended suddenly, in a single moment of catastrophe. He described violent earthquakes, tearing the land apart. The earth itself turned against the city. And then came the sea, waves large enough to swallow harbors and erase coastlines. In one day, in one terrible night, Atlantis disappeared beneath the ocean. But Plato said the disaster was not random. He believed Atlantis fell because its people became corrupt, drunk on power and pride. Atlantis was not just a city, it was a warning. And warnings are meant to be remembered. Plato's story did not disappear with Atlantis. It survived wars, empires, and centuries of change. Because Atlantis was never just about a place. It was about people, power, and what happens when balance is lost. Plato may have been holding up a mirror, a warning to his own society, and perhaps to ours. Civilizations rise, they grow powerful, and they fall when they forget what matters. Whether Atlantis was real or symbolic, the lesson remains the same. Power without wisdom is fragile, and no civilization is immune. The story ends here.